Over the last few weeks, we have seen a number of things happen that don't quite sit right with me. First, North Carolina basketball was found not guilty, in a sense, in the scandal or supposed scandal that they had made up basically BS classes so that their players could pass and be eligible to play. Then Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie of the Giants, the cornerback, left a game over a dispute with Coach McAdoo. During the game, left the stadium, eventually came back. He was suspended for this one game. And finally, Bobby Portis of the Chicago Bulls, basketball player, punched Nikola Mirotic in the face and broke his jaw and was suspended for 8 games by the Bulls. None of these quite sit right with me, and this is not even getting into the Louisville, Adidas, Rick Pitino, underhanded paying of players fiasco. All of this it just doesn't sit right with me as a sports fan, and as somebody who believes that sports is a way to teach people about ourselves and teach people about how we want to be as a society. One of the reasons that sports has always appealed to me is that it's a true meritocracy. If you can do the job, you get the job, and if you can't do the job, you don't get the job. If you have some sort of off-the-field baggage, then it's held against you. You know, if you're a drug addict or you have past arrests or things of that nature. It doesn't sit right with me that we allow people who do things like punch their teammate in the face or leave a game in the middle of the game to remain on the team. I believe that both players should have been cut. And I also believe that since it's a proven fact that North Carolina did create these sham classes for players to stay eligible, that they should have been punished. I don't like that we've entered a world in sports of sort of more lenient punishments. If you punch your teammate, you should be cut in the face. He punched his teammate in the face. He broke his jaw. He should be cut. You leave a game for any reason, just leave. You should be cut. You shouldn't be suspended one game. I believe that punishments should be strong so it incentivizes people to not repeat that type of behavior. What does it really say to a player and to a team when you can do something like that and only be suspended one game, or you can only be suspended 8 games for punching your teammate in the face? When I.K. Enapkali broke Geno Smith, I'm butchering his name, I'm sure, but when he broke Geno Smith's jaw, he was cut the next day. When the Penn State Jerry Sandusky abuse scandal came out, they were awash for the next 4 years in terms of scholarships and bowl eligibility at Penn State. When Ohio State and Terrell Pryor and those guys had the improper benefits scandal, that program was not bowl eligible, not Big Ten conference eligible, reduction in scholarships the next year. I don't think it sends a good message to the rest of the team when you can do something like that and just be allowed to essentially keep playing as if nothing happened. You know, you sit on the couch for a few days and then you're back. I don't believe it sends a good message that to kids that are watching either, and to people that are watching in general, that there's a sense of, if these guys aren't held accountable, why should I be held accountable if maybe I'm failing a class in high school and I'm not allowed to play in this week's homecoming game, or I'm not allowed to race on Sunday. You know, I did track and cross country in high school, so If I was failing one class, I wasn't allowed to run. I had to be held accountable to do what I needed to do. But if I had been failing a class and I was only suspended for one race, I wouldn't have had any incentive to get my grades up and do what I needed to do. So I don't believe that this is the way to go. I do believe that punishments should be stronger, and I think it's a little embarrassing that we've gotten to this point of what I think is a lot of leniency. And I wish that I hope that Bobby Portis and Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie and the UNC staff and the Louisville staff, I hope that everybody all learns from their experiences, but I think that the learning is harder to do when the punishment does not fit the crime. Thank you for watching The Hard Truth. I'll see you around.